What is going on, guys? Stein back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should delete social media. The reason why I am making this video and this is becoming more prevalent in my life is because I just deleted social media today, and wow, it just makes everything better. That's just the simple way to say it. So why should you do this? Okay, number one, you need to be producing more than you consume. If you're just online social media and you're consuming a lot of information, if you're watching other people live their lives instead of you living your life, then that's going to put you in a more depressed state, you can say. So yes, I can specifically remember this morning I was on my phone, and I don't remember my screen time, but I was probably on my phone for like 2 hours straight on social media, and it was just getting to the point where I was just refreshing my Instagram, like, is there any new pictures? And that's another thing. Instagram will, if you, let's say you follow 0 people on Instagram, they will specifically suggest other posts for you, and like that's their idea to get you glued and get you hooked to this app. Like, they want you to spend time on it, and like you can realize how like not beneficial that is. Like, you want to be consuming things that are good for you, not things that are bad for you. I think I saw somewhere, I like read somewhere that the Apple, whoever invented Apple, I don't remember if it was Apple, I know it's Steve Jobs, but I don't remember if he said that or something else. I think I saw something like drug dealers don't actually do drugs, they just sell them or whatever. And it kind of makes sense that, like, because they're producing, they're getting the results, they're getting the money, they're not actually like using the products, because obviously you don't want to use that product because it's not going to better your life. Same thing with YouTube and like things like that. On YouTube here, there's channels, there's 2 types of channels. There's going to be channels that are going to make your life better and are educational, or they're going to be channels that are entertainment and are funny, you know, that sort of thing. So there's 2 sides that you can go with it, and every single time I'm going to choose the side that's educational. You can learn something, you can get better, and you can improve. I'm going to choose that one. I'm not going to choose the entertainment, and I'm not going to choose the prank channels, stuff like that, because they're not really advancing your life. Like, they're making you laugh, you're having a good time, but your life isn't improving, your life isn't getting better. And that's that is exactly what we're all about here on this channel. We want to make our lives better. We want to improve our situation. Any situation we're in, we want to improve that. You know, if you're not growing, you're dying. That's 100% the truth. If you don't believe it, then I don't know. That's the truth. A lot of people say it. You want to be consuming things that are going to be, so when I talked about producing and consuming, you can still consume things, but you want to consume things that are actually good for your life, as far as like books, or like I said before, educational, things that make you better, exercise, stuff like that. You want to produce, like, you want things that are action oriented and not things that are consumption based. For example, let's say you want to learn how to exercise or do a squat, but instead of actually going to the gym and doing a squat, you watch a YouTube video on how to do a squat. Now, I've talked about this before. There's learning by experience and learning by watching YouTube videos or books. I count YouTube as a form of social media, and I'll get back to this point here for a second. Okay, so you want to actually be doing the squats. You don't want to be watching the videos, but like I was just saying, you should be doing both. You shouldn't just be doing one or the other, because you can always catch little things that you didn't know if you're doing one or the other. Obviously, action and experience is going to get you the most results, and that's the number one thing you want. But you still want to read books, you still want to watch a YouTube video, you still want to learn some extra things. Like Tai Lopez, he reads all the time. Like, he reads a book a day, talks about that. I'm not sure if he still does it, but he talked about how he used to do that every single day. And you know, you want to be consuming things that are going to be good for you and not bad for you. So if we go back to that, we want to be, for example, a squat. You want to actually be in the rack doing a squat. And that's okay if you fail. Like, it's okay if you mess up and you fail. And that's where the reading and the videos comes in, is that you can learn from other people's mistakes instead of learning from your own mistake. And that's also a big thing, is you don't want to injure yourself. And that's why a lot of people sometimes are afraid to start, is, you know, they don't want to injure themselves. But you do need to start. You need to start somehow. And that's why action, it's all in life, it's all about action. Action. You want to do. And I learned that from my mentor, FitX Fearless. That's what he's teaching. That's what he stresses. You want things to be action oriented. You don't want to be reading all the time, which I do stress reading, but you also need to put in action, and you need to grow in life. Like, if we bring it back to social media, I just deleted it, and my life is significantly improved because I'm not looking at other people's lives. I'm not constantly looking at their lives and wondering, wow, my life is really, really bad. Like, look at this person's life, it's so much better than mine. And that's usually what goes through our minds when we're consuming these social media, tactics, is, you know, this person's better, because everyone's going to post the good parts of their life. They're not going to post the bad parts of their life. So if you see everyone's good part, then so if you're going for that example, yes, so like Instagram, for example, you want to be consuming content that's going to make your life better. So like, let's say, for example, you're just consuming stuff that's not making your life better. Like, let's say somebody's going to get ice cream and they post that on their story. Why did you need to watch that? Like, that does not make your life better. That doesn't improve the situation. Sometimes this can come off as heartless or whatever. Oh, I don't care about people. But it is caring about people, but it's more in real life. You're caring about them in real life. You're not caring about them online. And we don't want to care about things like online, social media. It's not real. It's not real life. And we want to escape from that as much as possible. Dan Bilzerian says that, you know, living life, not on your phone. And so many people are doing that now. And I know some people actually make a living off of, you know, social media and their phones, things like that. I don't personally want that to happen. And I know technology, though, it's improving. Technology is like, it's going to keep moving up, and people are going to keep getting, like, technology is going to keep improving. But there's just some things you really don't need on technology, though. Yes, sometimes you need to be updated on news and stuff like this, and that's where some people get their information from, social media, like news, like what's new in the world, what's going on. But there's really not that much you need to know. Like, you don't need to know a lot. Like, you need to be improving your life. You need to be reading books that are going to better your life. You need to be exercising, talking to people, communicating. This isn't, you know, staying in a hermit like I talked about before. You want to be going out, exploring, like not staying in your house. Like, you still talk to people, just not over here online all the time. Like, and that's how people communicate a lot nowadays, is through social media. And like, the reason, another thing I want to bring up is, well, I did this during school. I remember it was in the springtime, so it was about 2 or 3 months ago I did this. And I specifically remember I looked at my screen time, because before, my screen time, the number one thing was either Instagram or Snapchat. Those are the two number one things on your screen time. And those are not making my life better. I'm just literally scrolling through, like, that's not making my life better at all. So once I delete social media, the top things were my notes, where they were Safari and YouTube. So YouTube was for, you know, looking up videos, watching videos. Okay, how can I get better? Educational, or things that are going to make you better, like I talked about before. And Safari, I use Safari to Google things, to look up, okay, why has this happened, A lot of good ideas also came while I did this. And the third thing what did I say? The third thing was notes. Yes, your notes. Like I made a video about my notes, like why you should basically be logging, like almost every single thing you do should be writing in your notes. Like whether that be a handwritten journal, like I've been journaling every single day, handwritten journal, or you can put it on your phone. I use both. I have notes in my phone, and I have notes during paper, so I go like this. Both are beneficial. I don't think you should do one or the other, just like learning, experience, books, like you should do both. Like if you ever have to, I read this in a book, funny enough, if you have to decide between two things, do them both. Don't pick one or the other, do them both. Like you can find a way and you can figure out a way to do them both. So this way you're not picking one or the other. So let's go back to that. Safari, YouTube, and Notes. Those are the top 3 apps. And I got such good ideas when I did this too, and I wasn't consuming. Like I can just already tell right now, today my life is better because I deleted it this morning. Like, because I've done this multiple times. And I'm saying not like you have to go away from social media forever. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think you should just completely eliminate social media. You should, like, I think you should have breaks from it. I think you should have it for a while, delete it, download it again, delete it. Like sometimes you kind of need it a little bit. Like, I mean, you don't need it, like that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying like a break, on and off. It's kind of like on and off and on and off, because but your life will be better if you're, I mean, I watched a video on, you know, it's no surprise that people, once they delete social media, it was another YouTuber, I can't remember his name, but I watched a video on deleting social media, and he says, like, no surprise that your life is significantly improving. Like, you're actually living life. You're not scrolling on your phone, looking at other people's lives. It's just such a dramatic increase that you will see in your life once you delete social media. Once you'll get better ideas, you'll think better, and you won't be consuming bad content. I want to stress this. If you are consuming, I stress produce over consume, but if you are consuming, you want to be consuming things that are actually good for you. You want to produce more than consume, but if you consume, it has to be something that's good for you. So if you consume something like watching this video, this is a good video for you because you're going to learn from it. Watching other videos, podcasts, things like that, you're going to learn from, because we want to learn in life. We want to grow. We want to improve. So consume things that are good for you. Produce more than consume. That is the video for today. Produce more than consume. Delete social media. It's not good for you. It can be at times, but most of the time you want to live your life and not have social media. That's the video for today. Like the video, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and we will see you in the next video.